Hey guys, it's Sunday, and of course, you are live with your girl Amanda Miller with 105.7 The Phase. So, guys, it's Sunday, and as we know, we are Talk Dot Queens on IG. We are here every Sunday at 7 o'clock. We are Facebook Tuesday on Facebook. So make sure you tune in to us at 7 o'clock Tuesday on Facebook. Know that we are here every Sunday at 7 o'clock. Guys, make sure you go to your app store and download our mobile app to your cell phones. 107.5 The Phase is what you'll find in your mobile app. Make sure you are following all of our archived programs on YouTube. So you'll find that under Amanda Miller Talks 2. And then when you're following us on Facebook, it will also be Amanda Miller Talks 2, but you will see the Talk Dot Queens emblem there. So guys, thank you so much for joining us each and every Sunday at 7 o'clock. For those that have recently started to follow us, thank you. We appreciate you. And so guess what? Today, we are having a discussion about two things. One, let's start out with the one topic is going to be funny. Do black men get ran through and then want to settle down? Second part of that, do white women treat their men better? So this may be a discussion that get a little controversial, but that's what we are here for, because guys, you know, we talk unapologetically real on here, so nothing get held back. Hold on, I'm gonna bring on the co-host. We always ask you guys to stay engaging. We like to hear from you and your responses in the chat. And if any time you want to join the live, let's do it, right? Remember, we talk unapologetically real, honey, here on Talk That Queens. Hey,
Hey,
girl, hey. How's your
good.
Sunday?
I must say, I threw down today. We had lamb chops with cornbread and
Okay.
some collard greens. Your girl was a little too rushed for time, so she couldn't do mashed potatoes, but that was on the slate
That's
too.
okay. Hey, yeah, so I did ribs today, but I went to mom's and kind of got some sides because you know she cooks
It
every Sunday, and so I ran
was
over
funny.
there and kind of, you know, and then like running to mom's and being able to fix some plates and top it off with everything else.
Yup.
So yeah,
What my auntie cooked
I
today?
did. Yeah, I did ribs. She did a roast, turkey legs, cabbage, rice, corn.
The list, the face, the litany.
Right. That's right, Kim. Number two here. Oh, Kim say number one. Here and thank you for always jumping on here, guys. You and Katrina. Thank you so
We love
much.
you, Kim.
We love you guys. Thank you for your support. So to number one, Kim said, hell yeah. Number two, she said, hell to the no. So I said we would talk about both subjects. One being the do men get ran through and then want to settle down? And then the second, do white women treat their men better? So remember, guys, again, we would like to hear from you in the chat. So please do not hesitate to put your responses. As you see, we just responded to Kim's, and we'll definitely do the same if you are just newly joining us. Remember, we are Talk That Queens on IG. You guys tag and share someone. We are trying to get our audience up on our IG page. So help us get to 1,000 followers. So we are almost there. We're halfway there. So definitely tell a friend to tell a friend. You guys go ahead and tag and share. Let people know that we are here. Hey, Katrina. Thank you, girl. We appreciate you as well. So, again, for those who are coming on, let's get into this subject. And then, Clutch, I did see, I think you joined. If you would like to join us on the platform from a guy's perspective, definitely send a friend invite and I'll bring you on. But we like to hear from each of you guys. If at any given time, anybody like to join the live, please jump on, especially a guy. So today we are talking about, do guys get ran through and want to settle down? And secondly, do white women treat their men better? What do y'all think out there? Kim said hell no. She said hell yeah to the first one and hell no to the second one. So Kim, tell me why you say hell yeah to the first one and of course hell no to the second one. I mean, I'm sure you'll say hell no to the second one because of who we are. You know, we that race that right. That's just what we do. But do you guys know that people really believe that white women treat their men better? And also, I think people, especially when it comes down to athletes, I ain't gonna even say athletes, celebrities. It has been known that they will run to white women as opposed to sisters. Why do you guys think that? If you're saying you think we treat our men better, B, what's your thoughts?
Come on, y'all.
Can you hear me?
Are you asking? Okay, there we go. Which one?
I was saying, what's your thoughts on I was saying about the celebrities seem to run to white women once they get to a certain status, it kind of seems like. So if we're figuring that we, African American women, treat their men better, why do you think they navigate to Caucasian women?
I think because they're easier.
Okay.
Honestly, that's what and I say that because a lot of the times white women are taught from an early age to be submissive and what submission really looks like. And they're not just taught by what they see, they're taught in everyday interactions. They're taught about what that really looks like. There is a gentleness and a womanness that is taught to white women a lot sooner than it's taught to us, and a lot sooner than it's taught to a lot of minorities. A lot of the times we're taught to be strong and be independent. You don't need no man for nothing. And that man got to do this and that man got to do that. And that man ain't this and that man ain't shit. Like, we're taught that from a very young age. Like, I think I learned how to do my laundry when I was like 8. Like, I was fluffing, folding, ironing my own laundry, getting ready for school, getting myself situated by the time I was 10. So, and some people are earlier than that. One of my cousins knew how to do that stuff when I was 8. She had already knew how to do that. Right. So we're taught to be super masculine and super hard and super strong all the time. And not until we get to, that place where we're older and then we can handle relationships, then we're kind of taught, and it's those expectations are kind of thrusted on us to like, oh, now you need to be soft. So I don't know what that looks like. I'm sorry. Like, I hate to say it to you, but I don't know what that looks like.
Right.
So, but white women from a young age, they're taught how to keep a home, and they're taught how to, what you say matters, and, lean into being like, it's okay to cry and be sensitive, and it's okay to, let your emotions be out. And they're taught, even in being protected, white women are more protected than black women than minority women on a consistent basis. So we're not taught to be that way. So when we get to those relationships, it's harder for that to be earned. And for us, it's earned. For some white women, that's not earned. That's a given. Like, oh, I'm in a relationship, I need to do this. It's second nature now. But for us, that's not what the concept is. We consistently, know that that's something that has to be earned, and it's not an easy thing to earn from us. So I think it's just easier. No tea, no shade to white women, but I just think it's easier.
Of course not. Of course,
like for all the people who watch us, that's white. I don't dislike you, but it's just
because
easier.
That's not a bad thing. It's just like you said, it's different cultural norms. We just are taught different, like you stated, right? And so
But once we get there, we're top tier.
So Kim says white women take out insurance policies and black men wait until they are older and worn out. And now you want to settle down. Boy, bye. I said
don't do that, because black women take insurance policies too. Because I got an insurance policy on my baby daddy right now.
that is funny. And Sassy Capricorn stated, hell no to the second one, meaning white women do not take care of their men better than us as African American women. I think men feel like the white women are easy, as you said, B, and sisters are looked at as too aggressive. And what, hey guys, so why do you think?
Mind you, that same aggression can be seen in a Hispanic woman, and they think that shit is amazing. They think that crazy, that aggressive, crazy, fiery personality is just attractive in a white or a Hispanic woman. But the moment that we have it, we're a problem. We're a tax instead of being a treasure. So
Right. So what does that easy look like? Meaning easy conversation, meaning easy sexually wise, easy, because both of you guys said easy. So define that for me?
Easy submission.
Okay.
We had the conversation on Tuesday. Okay. We don't submit easily. Like we don't. They do.
I agree.
And I'm not basing that off of, oh well, I think the statistics. No, I'm basing what I've seen. I went to a high school in a predominantly, I won't say predominantly, a pretty mixed environment. But I was on a dance team that was, and danced all 4 years, that was predominantly white. I was one of very few specks in there. And the things that I noticed in relationships was, it was a lot easier for some of my white counterparts to easily submit, as even it was insane to me. But then I look at me and two other people who I danced with who happened to be black. It was not easy for our men to get there. Now, once they were in there, they was there, but it was not simple for us, for them.
Got you. So yeah, Sassy Capricorn said the same thing, easy submission. Like B said, I do agree. So with that, and I'm with you guys, and so I totally do not disagree with any of what you're stating. When it comes down to easy submission, even if for us, we're looking for men to lead us. Like for African American women, we like, hey, if he ain't leading the right way, if he's not proving himself to lead, I'm gonna have my voice, I'm gonna stand up, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say that. Do you think even if a man hasn't earned his submission, that white women still submit, even, or do you think that men are easier to transition to do all these things for white women in order for them to submit?
This is about to sound so rude. I think that sometimes black men want, and I realized as it was like processing through my brain, this might sound rude. Sometimes I think that black men want to say they had a white woman, so they'll do it just because. Like sometimes I feel like they just want to be like, see, I got this too, I got it, and it's just kind of like, but why?
Right.
Because historically speaking, you having one of those ain't exactly the best thing for you. Like, sorry, it's not. Look at Emmett Till. Look, and even recently, like we had a conversation a couple weeks ago. Look at Jonathan Majors.
Right.
Y'all ain't necessarily
and we don't want
and
our
that
eyes
dude
on Q to even get started on that. I see he just joined. So please.
No, we do not.
Right.
Let me leave that alone. Never mind.
Right.
I didn't notice he popped on there. Never mind. Right. But still though, look at some of these people. Like this dude was, I can't remember his name, but this dude used to be on this black dude used to be on social media talking dog and black women out. We so gutter trash, we so this, we so that. Got himself a little white girl. That little white girl killed him, stabbed him to death, left, act like did nothing happen. And then it took time for these people to actually even prosecute her. Right. So it's kind of like,
Sassy Capricorn said, I feel like a man has a vision, and if you don't have the vision, how can I follow you? Absolutely. And then I also feel like you have to be a good a good teacher.
Yeah.
In order for your vision to come to life, what are you teaching? What are you leading? What is your leading strategy? Because I'm gonna tell you something, we all work somewhere, and there are different type of leadership styles. I bump heads with micromanagers. I don't need you to look over me.
Please don't.
So it depends on, and so then if you are that type of leader, man, you got to have a conversation, because I need to understand where is it that I can build your trust in order for you not
So
to
you don't
have
need
to
to be in
look
my
over my
face all the
shoulder.
time.
So man, you need to have a conversation. Same thing if a man was leading that way, that everything I do, you got to be looking over my shoulder to be sure I'm doing the right way. Man, hold on. We need to have a conversation, because I need to be able to understand your leadership style and ensure that me and you are on the same sync with that leadership style in order for me to follow you and your vision.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I agree.
Let's see. Our eyes on Q said, I only deal with racist white women. What does that even mean? That's what I'm talking about right there. What does that even mean?
Get your cousin.
So we'll let you tell us what that means.
Get your cousin.
And then, right, I'm going to tell you what we're talking about. Let me read Kim's statement first. I think white women move with a purpose. I feel like that easy would be different if there is no money involved. I very rarely see a white girl run for a black man when he's broke. Good statement, because we did say you tend to see a lot of white couples when people have successfully made it, even though it's in our
Or they
culture.
on the
Well,
or they on the come up, because them college girls, some of them high school and college
that's
girls be snapping them athletes
right, and
young.
like you said, on the come up as it stages. I agree. So, Q, let me tell you what we're talking about. We are talking about one, and we'll pivot in a minute. It seems like the conversation has got deeper in number two, but do black men get ran through and then want to settle down? And then the second part is, do white women treat their men better? Our consensus has been white women, not no, but white women tend to be submissive faster or quicker than African American women, because of our culture, the way we was raised to be so strong, while white women are taught to pretty much be nurturing. What are your thoughts from a man perspective on that? Since you say you only deal with racist white women, and I don't even know what that means.
I'll tell you what it means, because he put
Okay.
it in the
Okay.
comments. He said it
Oh, okay.
means, you said it means I like the ones that sneak around with me in the shadows, and family will disown them if they find out. I'm sorry. I don't want them want to be one's cause. I'm dog her ass as reputation. As reparation. I'm a dog her ass as reparations.
Okay. See, look at you, can't even get it out. Look at me.
Because I toxically agree with the last part. Like, not trying to be rude. You gotta pay somewhere. The nation ain't trying to pay us. So take it where you can get it. I'm just saying. I toxically agree.
He
The
says
healed,
white
healthy
women
me is no.
absolutely do not treat their men better. They cheat more and are extremely disloyal. Oh wow. I wouldn't have thought that. I am so very interesting. What do you guys think out there?
I had a person in high school use our dance class as a means to foster in the dude that she would like, because her boyfriend wouldn't come to dance practice, so her side dude would come to dance practice and like bring her stuff and talk to her and spend their time together, and then he would take her from dance, because her mom would drop her off. He would take her from dance practice to her house, and then they would do whatever on the way, and then she would go get on the phone with her boyfriend like did nothing happen. Like, I flabbergasted. I was like, I wish I would, because I know my nigga ain't having none of that. He'll snatch me up so quick.
Kim says some black women are bosses and we are independent to the point that we are really unconcerned with a man's bag because we're trying to secure our own bag. The only men I run or is dead. I don't know who the words her or all.
That
I
because
know
if it
you.
that because if it ain't a Franklin, I don't want it. If it
And I
ain't
understand
multiples,
that. I
if it ain't
totally
multiples, I don't
understand.
want it.
I totally do understand. But I just black women and white alike need a reason to relinquish control in
Yep.
relationships.
That submission has to be earned.
And I agree because again, you can't just say, and it's so unfortunate that some men believe that because they are a man, and there is a structure called a house, that they are the leader of the house, so the woman should submit. But how have you proven yourself to be in a status where we feel like we can submit to you? And here's my thing. If I feel like if something happened to me, um, and all the bills, you would be able to pick up and take on everything without me, meaning you know how to pay the bills. Now, I'm not saying financially, the money wise, because they say the money is there. So you know how to pick up and take on instantly. Make sure the bills are paid. You know who to call. You know how to handle business with the banking accounts and all the business needs. You know how to take care of the kids. You know how to give them directions on what to do, what not to do. A strong man got to know how to do these things in lieu of a woman. That's for me. I don't know about anyone else, but if you're gonna be totally lost without me,
I need to know because maybe a little to your mama. When I was having my baby, I signed a DNR. So every birth that I've had a DNR, which for those who don't know is a do not resuscitate order, right? Means if something's going on, I told them, folks on the baby, don't worry about me, let me die, right? I need to know that the partner that I have, if I don't make it off that table, you're gonna still be able to take care of these kids. You're gonna still be able to make sure our lives are together. Is your life? Do I expect for your life to be somewhat in shambles because you've lost me? Sure, understandable, but you should be able to go to that house, still make sure our children's stuff is handled, still make sure this, like you said, these bills get paid, still
life
make sure that you're ushering
goes
in,
on.
right, you're ushering in not just financial strength, but mental strength,
Mm-hmm.
emotional strength,
Mm-hmm.
spiritual strength. Yes, mental, physical. I need to make sure, because then if you're not, I haven't done my job as a helpmate.
Right.
And that's all you really telling me is I haven't done my job as a helpmate, because if I didn't prepare you, I think there's a line in Black Panther that a father who does not prepare his son for his death has done his son a disservice or something like that. And I truly agree with that. If I have not, as a partner, prepared you to be able to be okay, not be happy, not be great, but be okay, be able to exist and survive and move through. Since I'm, if I were to just God just take me right then and there, then I haven't done my job as a helpmate. I
And then
haven't.
I'm gonna take it a little bit further. I mean, and I know, don't get me wrong, that as a mate, we have to help in that space where they may lack.
Yeah.
But I also want to know what were you taught as a man, prior to even getting into the relationship, on how to prepare yourself for a relationship, for a marriage, because a lot of stuff that my son do, I be telling him, no, sir, we not doing that. Because at the end of the day, when you're ready to be in a serious relationship, I don't expect her to have these problems from you where she's having to tell you, hey, I've had the box by the door 2 days. Are you going to break the box down and take it to the trash? Are you going to put the stuff in the car and take it to this place or that? I don't expect her to have that conversation. I need you to proactively say, hey, I see you had the box down there. Do you want me to do something with it? Or what is
Mm-hmm.
this that for, so that I can take care of it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't need you to just say, oh, well, she didn't tell me,
You should
so, hey, I ain't gonna.
you should not be a
No.
lap dog in no way, shape, or form. Should you sit here
We're
and
not
just have to
doing
be
that.
given order? This is not the military. This is not Fort Sumter. Like, just do the
Right.
things.
I need women to raise their young men. If you don't have a man in the house, because some of us don't, but guess what? We know how we want to be treated as a woman, so then we should be telling our sons how to treat a female if and whenever you get one.
And
We're not. Go
here's
ahead.
my caveat about that, because what I don't want to happen, and what I know hasn't happened over there by any means, and dang near in this family at all. But what I don't want to happen, which happens a lot when mothers have sons, they will treat that boy like they're a man, to the point that, like, he don't know how to exist now and operate without mama. And it's just like,
Right.
you are supposed to help guide a man, not your man, a man. Which
Mm-hmm.
means when he leaves your house, that man should be able to be in a home on his own, run that thing without issue, with a woman, without a woman, with you telling him what without you telling him what to do whatsoever. He should call you to come and help you. Like, oh mama, did you need, hey, I know you said you had that trip in a couple days. You need me to run by the house while you're not
That's
there?
right.
Check the lights and stuff. Like, make sure ain't nothing happening. Like, it shouldn't be a, mom, what temperature am I supposed to wash my whites in? Mom, how long did you say I'm supposed to cook this bread for? Mom, can you come? I mean, I can't do it. Can you come on to mom? Boy, I tell you now, my sons call me that much, sir. Come back in the house. Clearly, I ain't do my job. No. Why are you
So
calling me for
yeah,
laundry,
he
son?
he should already have those things where the woman would is able to be submissive to him once he enters into that state of wanting that relationship. And I think that's where we lack at a point where our men haven't been prepared enough so that we as African American women, we are not easily to submit because dude.
Because people sitting out here giving us they extra babied sons that they took care of, and them extra baby sons now want us to come and baby them. No, sir.
No,
We're not
we're
doing
not
that.
doing that. Mm-mm.
You have
What are some of
a
the
mama. If
comments
you
out
need to get,
there?
you need that umbilical cord reattached. Let her know, not me.
Right.
Where did
I
we start? There
think
we go.
where he says Asian women, from my experience, excuse me, are most submissive without any encouragement.
Mm, there we go. Yes, you are right. No, because we read the some bosses, the some
Oh,
women
okay,
are
you're
some
right.
black women are
You're right.
bosses,
I
and
agree.
then black women. Okay, here we go. Um, oh, Big Ben is my best friend. Mine too, girl.
Understood.
I agree. You cannot sit at the table if you can't. I'm sorry, bring the same or similar to what I bring, because if you can't, you just disrespectful. You just a mayonnaise sandwich. I
Lord
see
have
you.
mercy. That
I
daggone
see
girl
you.
right there.
Look, that's fair. All eyes on Q. Our men historically have allowed the woman to manage the home, and the man to simply bring the necessary tools for her to do. Now, lots of men are extremely codependent now. Agreed. This all eyes on Q. We needed you Tuesday because some dude was trying to tell us something different. I'm like, no, sir. I know from experience this is not the case. Anyway, then we have All Eyes on Q. The problem is the women raise their sons to be the man they wish. There we go. They wish their man was, so they cater to their sons in exchange for their unconditional loyalty. Yeah, that's right. Also, all the sons seek out women. There we go. That take care of them because that's what they're being taught. Mama's boys. Yep.
Mm. And
Strongly
so
agree.
then okay, let's just pivot and go back to our main topic. So then when that happens and black women don't submit, but white women do, then that's when we come to have a discussion like we're having today about women, white women being easily to be submissive or easy, while black women aren't. Same, you see what I'm saying? So with
Yeah.
all of the things that we've just talked about, then that's what brings us
Good
here to these type of
point. Yep.
discussions. So do you think that, as you mentioned, be in some way that white females are taught in the home vice versa? versa. Let me pivot. Do you think white young boys are taught to lead in a certain way while the white girls are taught to be submissive?
To a certain extent, I think so. I think white women are taught to be submissive in general, and white boys are taught to dominate. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because this is, oh my god, I realize how horrible these things sound. Um, we we are made up of a country of people who came and stole shit, like self-entitled basic white men who was like, okay, cool, I want to take this, so I'm gonna take it by all forces necessary. I feel like genetically that's still there. Do I think that some of them, know how to better communicate that and how to better assign that to things that they want in their lives? Sure. But I think innately they are just taught that they are they are superior and they should be doing these things, and they are expected to be doing these things, and they're expected to lead, they're expected to be on the top. So I feel like that's just how they operate. And I'm not a white man, nor am I a white woman, nor have I
Wait,
had white people,
y'all tag and
so
share, please.
these
Go
are just
ahead.
my opinions.
Right,
These are
right,
just my
right.
opinions. I have meshes liked. I've just recently adventured into dating or talking to white people, so I don't know for sure. In a romantic sense, I've only just had white friends, so don't know.
Yeah. Um, I do the. I just think white men. I just think they take care of their homes. Like they just take care of home. From what I've seen and know of the culture of men that I work with, like they handle business.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, so the women, as you mentioned, their wives, white, black, or indifferent, white, black, green, yellow,
Yeah.
are they're able to submit a little easier because they handle business. Like they're gonna take care of home, they're gonna take care, like you said, these insurance policies, they're gonna make sure that those women are taken care of. As far as if anything should happen to them, they have a vision, they have a strategy on how to get there. Whereas we still struggling, like,
Yeah.
right, you do you see what I'm saying? And so I don't know if that's the way they're taught and raised. I don't know if what that is, if they just learn to be that way, because I know there's definitely men that African American men, well, Caucasian men, excuse me, I'm sure, all have not been raised in a two-parent home.
No.
But it still seems like they get it. They understand what that dynamic looks like, what they should be as a husband, what they should be as a leader. Why do you guys think that is? Yeah, yeah. Right. I get it. I get it. Right, right.
I have only in my percentile of people I have been with, the white persuasion is so low. So I don't know.
I don't think a real man wants a submissive woman as much as he wants a strong partner who understands his role. We need you on the show on Tuesday.
Please,
Tell
because
tell women this: I value your opinion and I expect your input, but I get the final say. So my role is a leader, and you don't need to submit, but you need to accept. Okay, so I want to talk about this. I do understand that. Is the man open-minded to her suggestion, even when we say the final say? Are you saying the final say based on what makes sense of the two suggestions, or your suggestion when you say the final say? Because what if hers is the better of the two and you're just choosing yours because you're the leader?
but see, that's just the thing. That's not a leader. That's a boss. When we
Absolutely.
talk
That's why
about
I
in a
wanted him
work,
to
when
clear that
we talk
up.
about a work environment, that's not a leader. A leader looks at leaders first off down in the trenches doing it with you, so they already know. Okay, this person's expertise comes from this and this and this and this and this. A leader is the one that looks at the board in its entirety, listens to all the opinions, and says, "Okay, let me look at everything. Let me see what's going to actually work out for the best. What I think is going to work out for the best of everybody else.
That's
This is your
right.
input. Okay,
That's
do it.
right.
No,
That's
we
right.
might. This is the role we going to take right here. A boss says, no, this is what I said. So we're going to do it. But baby, that's going to put us $10,000 in debt. Okay, but we'll come up with it. It's fine. We'll do it.
If this
No.
right, so clear that up for me. Our eyes on cue when you say I have the final say. Is it the say of the better of the group, or the final say of what you as the man has come up with? Help me with that one. White men are the same as black men. I know trash men. All every side. And I agree to that, but I believe, and like B said, I mean, I ain't white. I don't know, but from the culture that I've been around, and especially have worked in the field of which I have, it's predominantly white men. And so what I say that to say they handle business. Our men, black men, I'm not saying they're not trash black white men, but we struggle when it comes down to handling business pretty much as a whole. Now you may not. And so when we talk about these things, I want people to look at it pretty much as a whole instead of as of self. Because you as a man might handle business, really in our lessons, our men are struggling to handle business when it comes down to how to have that vision, like Katrina was saying, how to execute it, how to strategize it, how to actually put a plan in place financially to make things evolve and happen. And then I guess that leads us to exactly how we can pivot into the first question, which was, do men get ran through and then want to settle down? So are you not focusing on life goals, strategies, plans, visions because you're too busy running the street, running through women, as opposed to thinking about your future and what that looks like for you long term?
Mm.
What do y'all
To the,
think?
mm. To just we're gonna catch up on some comments.
Okay, okay.
All eyes on Q says you have to understand what makes the most sense. Definitely, I take things to my wife every time, and once we talk it through, we move based on what we deem best.
Okay.
I'm never. I'm never doing something just because I want to do it my way. Example, if I want to go left and she says go right and she points out the left has bad weather, and just a little bit of traffic is on the right, then we going right. I do believe as a whole is a result of single parent systems. The most black men today come from versus a father figure that white men get to see overall. I'm sorry, but I have to agree.
Okay.
Especially with that last point, mainly because and I hate this statistic because it gets thrown on single mothers when the statistic is also talking about. So there's a statistic out there that prisons are filled with people with, like, most prisons are filled with men who come from single parent homes, single mother homes, right? What that statistic, what people negate to read from that statistic is that the influx comes when there is no father in the home at all, no father in the raising at all. Like, this mom, completely single, not doing with no help, no doing it with no help, no baby daddy, no grandfather, no, like, a man is not in the existence at all. That's when the figure goes high. Because if you look at that same figure and it's a single mom, but the dad is active in that child's life, that number drastically drops, like in dividends. Like, so I do think it is the fact that there are so many fatherless homes and fatherless raisings happening, but we never put it on the father. We consistently put it on
Right.
the mothers, and we consistently blame other things. And it's just kind of like, hey, let's look at the problem in its entirety, like we talked about a couple of sessions we have to look at the whole problem. We have to look at the problem and then come down to the root of the problem and fix the root. That'll fix the tree. That'll fix the problem as it is. But you have to get to the basis of the issue first.
Right, right. Wow. So, guys, if you just joining us, we are talking two subjects, which we kind of just tied one into the other, and we'll read Kim's comment and then we'll move in that direction. So we are talking about, do white women treat their men better, and do black men get ran through and then want to settle down? Y'all gotta make sure you tag and share and help us get out. I'm sorry. You guys tag and share, please, and make sure you're helping us get our views up, because we like to have those followers to come in and engage and talk to us on this platform. So we're trying to get to 1,000, guys. So we're almost there. Please tag and share. Go ahead. What is Kim saying?
I do want to, before I read that, I do want to preface and say I think it shouldn't just be black men, because I think all men decide to get ran through and have their little whole period and then they want to settle down. So it's not just the ones that look like us. So I'm just going to change that caveat. Do men, not just black men, because all men's is hoes. Sorry. They are. Sorry. Not sorry at all. Kim says, yes, that's why black men and white women is more incompatible, because they are more on the same page, where black men, some, are intimidated and or misogynistic due to their own insecurities. I can see where that comes from. All Eyes on Q then says, I will also add that single women can raise a male child to understand what his position in society should look like, but more often than not, they tend to train them in a way to be less useful. Single black women raise daughters to be independent and raise sons to be codependent. Yes, God. What the fuck is a ran through man anyway? A hoe.
Okay, right. But
It's
I want to speak to your thing. I don't know if you was on here, but I said that, yeah, I try to give my son guidance in the direction of where he is able to stand on his own, that he's able to be strong, that he's able to be good for someone's daughter when it's his time to want to be in a serious relationship that leads into marriage. I do not want every time. Now, I'm always there for you, because at my age, I reach out to my mom for guidance. But I like Dee said, I don't want everything and every time I look up, you're on my phone asking me about things, how to do this, how to do that, what should I say, what should I do. Then now she feel like, God dang, you know, you might as well
it ain't
go
no she feel
your mom.
I'm gonna tell you, hey, yo, bro, delete, come home, because I ain't do everything right. I should. But
what about what about the girl? She's like, every time I look,
I'm gonna tell her, I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell her, sweetie, I'm sorry, I did not do a proper job. Let me give you a gift card. He needs. I apologize. He needs to. I'm gonna go reprogram him. Right. Hold on. Let me call his uncles, his cousins, somebody.
Yeah, we got to give them guidance where they are definitely prepared to step out and be strong in that space of being a good leader for the next woman, and don't take all that childish baby boy, mama's boy stuff to somebody else's daughter. Like, nobody wants to deal with that, because I know I don't want to deal with it. Right. I know I don't want to deal with it, so I don't want my son to have to take it to someone else's daughter, you know? Right. But again, I asked, our men, we said we was gonna,
because all men's is
right. Our men, y'all tag and share, please. So our men ran through and then want to settle down. So do you think that men are out there just running, or being community dick, just laying up, just doing different stuff, just with every Sue, Sally, and Jane? Or you in the house just playing a video game? You're not taking life serious, that you aren't working towards those things that we're talking about that would make you be a good man for the next woman. So is you just out there being a hoe? pretty much.
Orcs, harlots, charlatans, hoes.
Let's talk about it. Now, I know Kim had said, hell yeah, the first time. Well,
Because they are. Because they are.
because they're always talking about us. So I need to understand what's your body. I mean, do body count matters? I mean,
Man, if a nigga ever asks me my body count, I'm immediately ending that. Like, oh no, sir, we have nothing to talk about.
you know, for
Now,
a
is my body
man,
count high? No, my whole facts is low. But if you ever come to me talking about some shit, I'm gonna smack take that thing off.
all out of Q says, I'm all for the whole phase. I mean, I don't think that devalues the man. But do you think it
But does
devalues
it
the woman?
devalue the woman?
Right. Because what we tend to do when we have
Double
these
standard be doubling.
right, we have these conversations, like we'll say we're always pointed towards the man, and men B will try to pivot and try to make it a two-sider. So now we're gonna make it a
And then
two-sider
somewhere
again
stuff be
here. Do it matter? Do it devalues the woman?
because let us remind ourselves what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Just saying.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to find out, like, at what point do a man really decides, hey, I am no longer gonna be this hoe. I'm no longer.
Just woke up one day.
Wait,
My
I'm
whole
just
facts ain't
saying.
gone.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
Y'all forgive me. All eyes on Q says, not really. I don't think the past is an issue unless he or she is still living that.
Meaning living, being that, meaning living, still being that whoa.
Being a hoe, no, I'ma just say, being a hoe out here in these streets, as long as they ain't still being a hoe.
Right. So clutch. Um, we are talking about, do men wait, I don't went blank on you guys. Are men ran through?
Do men decide to get ran through and then decide to lay down and
decide
settle
to
down?
I need my woman
After
to
that.
have a solid level of life experience. Anyway, so you okay with her being that whoa? And
Whoa.
so she could have been that whoa, but as long as she not that whoa current state, is that what I
Right
hear you
now.
saying?
Or if she's just his whoa. Because you can just be your own partner. You can be your partner's personal
Okay,
hoe.
he just said that as long as she just my whoa, now I'm good. Okay,
See?
okay, okay.
As long as she yo ho. Because
Okay.
I'm telling you, when I finally, again, I'm a my man, y'all to death. But when I finally get one, when God gives me mine, oh, we hoeing every night. As
Some
much as we
men
can.
can't say
Just saying.
no. I can't stand a man that doesn't know how to say I have a woman. I have no respect for them at all. I run from those type. It it only devalues the woman if she knows about the hoe. I do, and it is sad. I do believe that there are men that will not say no as long as you can get it. As long as it's offered, you will accept it. So that means, do men even have values in which they will pass up on sex, even if you didn't have a woman? Is it a time where you like, hey, shawty, hey, shit, I mean, I'm flattered, I appreciate it, but I don't really want it. You see?
No, thank you. All eyes on Q said, I get bored quickly. Don't come in here with that, damn, oh goodness, I can't do that shit. Facts. Big facts.
He said,
Let me say
okay,
it
I
right.
get bored quick. Don't come in here with that damn, oh goodness, I can't do that shit. Do what?
Be in
Hey,
the things,
Claire.
be into the streets, be into the sheets. You need to be a hoe in your own damn house. You need to be a hoe with your own man in your own damn house. The hell is wrong with you people?
So Clutch, thank you for joining. So do you think that men are ran through and then decide to settle down? Love me underscore always 17. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you are tag and share, please. We would love to hear from you. Engage in this discussion. Thank you for joining us. We are talking about, do men get ran through and then decide to settle down? Do white women treat their men better? But we are on the second part of the subject. So, Clutch, what do you think? Do you think men are ran through and then decide to settle down? Do you think body count matters where it relates to a man? Because somebody say it don't devalue you.
Either side. Oh, oh no, he does. Quick caveat. So, this is a very millennial thing of me to do, and have found out in my lifetime. But we're here.
Clutch,
If
if
you
you
ever
can
want to figure out,
come
there he
back.
goes.
Hey, Clutch, try to join again. Polo, what are your thoughts?
All right, on which one?
As far as, do you think that men are ran through and then decide that they want to settle down?
First of all, hey everybody, how y'all
Hey,
doing?
thank you, Polo, so much for joining us. You guys, please tag and share. We appreciate you guys for joining.
I
You
think,
guys, man, please hop on.
I think, I think, as young men, we were always taught like, oh, he a player, he's a ladies' man, oh, he got it going on, he gonna be a heartbreaker,
Okay.
and
Mm-hmm.
women, women they were taught to play with baby dolls, try to feed them real food, be a mother, be a lady, and I think by the time us as men, when
There we
we're
go.
ready to settle down, it's like hitting black ice. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Fair.
See, I don't know something.
I don't know what is happening.
Hold on, Clutch. Hold on, Clutch. Polo, did he freeze? I don't know what in the world is going
No,
He
on.
just
I
it just
think
dropped.
I don't know. I think when you adding him, it's taking me down, and when you add me,
It'll pop
it's taking him down.
Okay,
him out.
Polo,
Go
see
and
if you
add
can
him real
send us
quick.
a see if you can send a request back again, Polo, and Clutch in the midst. I'll let you go ahead and answer.
Damn. Okay.
Do you think
I
men are ran through and then decide they want to settle down?
I feel like it's one of those cases where it's like a contradiction to both sides. Like you got some things that women can do that men can't do and get away with. You got some things that men can do that women can't get away with. So it's kind of more such of a thing where it don't, like you said, it's kind of funny, but it's not known to devalue. It's more high
Yeah.
expectation in a woman that
Mm.
that would devalue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like um, it's so are we thinking like, are we ran through before we decided to settle down? We looking at it like you just being a man.
Right, but is that
Yeah.
okay
Not
though?
saying it's okay, but it's not it's not penalized as a bad thing either. You know what I'm saying? But when it's
Yeah.
like, because women been asking men or saying it to men for years, like, but when a woman do it, oh, I'm a hoe, I'm a bitch, I'm a slut, and all this, and all that. So it's more so of I don't know who came up with, who set the standards with it when it came to certain things like that. But
I know,
I
but I
wouldn't say,
agree with you totally.
I wouldn't necessarily say I wouldn't necessarily say that we wait until we ran through before we started to settle down. I just think that when we find the right one and settle down, you feel me? Because we're not looking at it like we go run through this before we decide to settle down. Nah, we're not looking at it like that.
So,
We just,
so you don't think that men their thought pattern is how many women they can sleep with before they actually decide to settle down? Because I see someone saying there's no such thing as a ran through man. We just retire.
you know,
You think?
Who
What do you
said that?
think? Oh, I don't
Who
keep
said that?
of course.
They are a hoe.
you know
They are
it's
a retired whore.
it's it's,
It's
it's,
fine.
it's much so something like that. Like it's something that don't depreciate. So I don't know. I don't know who came up with the idea of what, but it's just what it is. Like I can go in the club, you know what I'm saying, but you can't see me dancing on no another man. You feel me? But a woman can go in the club and dance on another woman, and it's straight. It look
Right,
cool.
right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
She's not gonna be penalized and judged. You gay, you gay, you gay. But if a man, so it's just a lot of certain things that is just kind of like. That's just what it is. Certain shit man can do and get away with that woman can't do, and certain things woman can do, man can't do.
So you think that it's okay? And I'm just asking the question out here for anybody. But is it okay for men to be community dick?
Community
Right.
did
Because
again. That's
because like wait, let me we say we'll say, oh man, she for the street. Okay, wait, clutch, hold on. We'll say, oh man, she for the streets. Okay, so we say he community dick. So is it like or like you're saying there are things that women can do that men can do that women can't do because it makes women look bad, and I totally agree with you with that. It really does. And so, Polo, resend your request. Let's see if we can bring you back on. Hold on. Let me read this comment very quickly. So, someone says, so it's all about what men can get away with. That's not an excuse of just being a man, and how Steve Harvey gonna tell me to lower my standards. No, ma'am. No ham. No turkey. Let a man come on here with a body count under 3, and ain't no woman gonna think that's a pull. Y'all gonna say what's wrong with him? You've been alive 40 plus years and ain't taught
you know.
no cat.
I think what it
Then our last one says no peace for the streets. Just saying.
No, he for the streets. Clutch, you going out. Try it again.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I think what it is when a person judge those characteristics, I think that's when you gotta have an eye. You gotta know what a man is and know what a woman is. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when you be like, no, you know, he gonna do this, he gonna do that, he's a man, whatever. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, people do things all the time, but that doesn't labelize them as this or that or this and that. Meaning like, uh, you know, um, just like I based all the response when we got one of the comments, and you know, and they just like, oh yeah, he gonna just do this, but that can be a guy that's just what he does. He labeled as something else. I can't compare or label every woman the same. You see what I'm saying? Like, so just because I had this experience or these are my common experience, that don't mean that I can also merge them into man. You see what I'm saying? That's separate. So anything that's like, okay, for instance, if you say this is a fuck nigga, you can't merge a fuck nigga into a man. Y'all
I
kind of get
agree.
what I'm saying.
I
So
mean, I agree,
I
but
get what you mean.
I mean, my thing is, yeah, because it's just who you are and it's just the way you were raised. But I guess my thing is this: if it was on the other foot, as far as the woman, our eyes on Q said that if she was a hoe back when, and now she's his woman,
mhm.
she's now his hoe. If someone was tell you, man, oh, that bitch been ran through,
Oh yeah.
what would that mean to you? Same thing. I'm
Uh,
asking the
uh,
women. If a man, if a woman, or the word is that, and that's your man, he been ran through. How does that make you feel? Like, do you move different? Do you say, oh, what he my hoe now? So you know
no,
hey,
what
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 is
it
it?
what it is? They say what one person's trash, another man's treasure. So
Exactly.
you know, at the end of the day, everybody got a past, everybody got a history. Um, it just when it's you know, so when we say those things, this and that and that, it's just who you are today. How are you
Mm-hmm.
carrying yourself today? You know what I'm saying? And when you really think about it, you know, when you met, just think about it. When you meet somebody, 9 times out of 10, they probably, you know, already done been out there and had their shares and fares
Right.
already. Like they ain't coming with no clean record. You feel what I'm saying? They
Right.
got some bodies. You know what I'm saying? They ain't coming with no clean record. So I wouldn't look at it like it would be affecting me. It just, you know, as long as it's not something that's in a close circle that's already have history with each other. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know,
Let me ask
that'll
you the
be a
second part of our question. Our second part of our question was, do white women treat their men better? I want to hear from you on that before we try to close out. What are your thoughts on that?
well, you know, I never been in a relationship with a white woman, so I can't really tell you. But
Understood.
I got
So,
an idea.
okay.
I got an idea just by being, I guess what you can say, involved with just by certain personality and characteristics.
Hmm.
Um, and what was your exact question? What would it be like? What?
Do you think white women treat their men better? And like you said, you haven't been with one, so you don't know. But so let me tell you what some of the discussions went to. That white women are easier to be submissive, while we are taught to be, we're known to be aggressive. What's your thoughts on that?
Uh, um, nowadays,
Now we talk
now,
unapologetically real here, so
now, now,
long as we
nowadays,
keep it respectful.
um, nowadays, I think it's more persuading of being more submissive than black
Than
because
our sisters.
yeah, because you know, it's always been a different background of coming up, a way of doing, you know what I'm saying, and the way of being, and I feel like too, um um you don't really you don't really hear white women talking about white men ain't shit or black man ain't shit like that. I mean, let's just listen. Now,
And I mean, look,
let me
D
clear something
seems
up.
like she's hurt
Oh, listen.
differently.
No,
I'm with you. I mean, I think I've never really just came across. I think we said a lot.
hold on.
But yeah, depending on the culture
So,
you're around.
so this is what I'm saying. This is all I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we're talking about white. We talking about? Hold on, listen. It's about we talking about white women? We ain't talking about white black women. We talking about
No, no. We're not talking about mixed race.
Caucasian. Caucasian.
Right,
So no.
Fully from the mountains of Caucasus.
Okay, got you. Okay, that's what. I just want to make sure we're not confusing the two. Caucasians. So
Pretty underscore wanna says so they do.
They
they do.
do.
No,
That's what I'm saying. I done been
they
in the
do. They
I done
gotta
been in
well
the
be.
conversation.
Thank you for
I feel
joining.
like
We
too.
appreciate it.
Um, we then the listening percentage. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, a lot of people don't like to listen. You know what I'm saying? I think that's one of our biggest flaws. It is aggressive and a little more submissive. I just think that I just think that the way of being, how they background, how they grew up was more different. It's more
Well,
easier to.
we said that.
Um,
Yeah, you're pretty much saying what we're saying. The way that they come up are more they are raised to be more nurturing, where unfortunately the African American women, we are raised to be real independent, to stand up for ourselves, to let nobody push you over. And so as we get into relationships, we tend to take that with us. And like B said, we learn later that we need to pivot and find ways to stick up for ourselves and be and dominate in some areas, but be soft in others as it relates to our men. So find that balance. So it's finding that balance. Kim said the black woman is the most educated demographic
Demographic.
demographic in the U.S. And for that reason, no one can run any game on us, personal or business, period. And I could hear her saying that, period. They don't say they don't say that. Our eyes on Q say they don't say that. They typically have decent men, but they cheat on they ass with mine for the street as LOL. So you think white women treat cheat with the guys, the African American men that are for the streets? Is
Man,
that what he's
Most
pretty much saying?
people cheat on for the streets as people. Like, sorry, like that's men be cheating on for the
Because
streets women, and women be cheating on for the streets men, cheating with for the streets men. Like, because it's just they don't
and
want
it's funny you say that. It just seems like for whatever reason, and I hate to say this, it just seems like the chemistry of sex is just a little different.
the toxic. It's a toxicant. It's okay. It happens. Is it good? No, but it's toxic. But I will say, shoot, I did almost I did just top out of my head. But I will say what I have. There it goes. What I have seen, and this isn't to say that your opinion is incorrect or anything, because that's the choice. That's the environments that you've been around, the experiences that you've had. My personal experience, I have heard white women dog white men worse than I have heard black women dog black men. Like,
Oh
I have
wow.
heard a white woman be like on the phone with her dude, you trailer park motherfucker, like
Oh
going
wow.
in, like
Right,
you
right,
little
right.
piece of shit, like going in. And I'd be like, yo, if I attempted to say that, my
well,
man
here,
reaching through this phone and being like, what is wrong with you? And then he gonna take his stuff and leave the crib.
well,
Like, no, you can't
well,
talk to somebody like that. But
well.
I have seen them
Hold
disrespect
on,
their
Clutch.
men.
Give her a
I
minute. Go
have
ahead.
seen them disrespect. And this is just what I have seen. Again, this is just the people I have seen. I have seen them disrespect their men way worse than we have disrespected ours. Because at least we, for the most part, won't do it in public. I have seen them do it in public
Gotcha.
and in private, and it's just like, yo, like that's too much. That's a lot.
So, Clutch, what were you going to say? And then we're going to read some of these comments and then we are going to close out. But, guys, before we do that, we want to thank a lot of you guys that was newcomers for joining, because I've seen a lot of new names as they floated in. So, guys, thank you. We hope you would come back. We are not closing out yet, but we would tell you to tag and tell a friend that we are here every Sunday at 7 o'clock. Clutch, go ahead. And what were you going to say? Clutch.
Pretty much, I think they perceive things different. Like, like, like we can probably say that to each other, and then we off the muscle about we killing each other. But when they do shit, when they say shit like that, they perceive it a little different. Like, this is just basically talking shit, but seriously, but nothing that serious that I'm gonna kill you over, unless if it's some whole lot of more shit. So, like for instance, when you can see a white boy play with another white boy, they talk shit, they might pat each other on the ass, but you still might look at them like, oh, he may not be gay, but that was some gay shit. But they don't, if they play, but this man ain't finna beat his ass because he just did that. But if a black person do that, oh, I'm finna knock his head off. I'm about to kill this nigga. So I think they perceive things a little different too, as well. You get what I'm
Right, because and I don't know, maybe the like she said, maybe
saying?
the white
I know
man,
what I'm talking about
maybe
though.
like
That,
you're saying.
that is
I'm sorry.
true, but I just feel like they talk shit so much until it's just a thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe
Maybe the
it's
white
like,
man do perceive it a little different, and like she
I do
said, the
want to
white.
talk about the fact that is, and not saying that it's not right. It probably is 1000% accurate. But if we did that, the conversation would be how toxic we were.
Because I was just going to make a point. If
Like,
maybe I'm gonna
that's
tie you
crazy.
guys two together. So like he was saying, maybe the white man just perceived it in a certain way based on their culture. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we're not them, and it would be great to have somebody on to help us navigate through that space and have these conversations. So guys, please tag and share. We want all races of all kinds to be part of the show, so we can really just talk and have a conversation that resonates to everyone, right? because I say that to say, see, and if you ever been on the show, you know I say all the time, I'm working on some things, and my mouth is one of them. So the same way you say, she would say, you trailer park trash, blah 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 blah. See, the old me, and I'm trying to compress her, would say some of that same thing, but not calling him no trailer park. So now you're a fuck nigga. Now, in my opinion, you see what I'm saying? So it ain't no different. It's just a different type of wording, but does it make it right on any side to diminish our men? You see what I'm saying?
It doesn't, and that's my thing. Like the way that we, all people, just decide to degrade and demean one another is toxic as hell. And the fact that you have become so numb to it that you just hear it and it's just like, oh, whatever. That's psycho to me. Like, you, what?
Right.
This person, like, if somebody decided to call me a hood rat bitch, I'm the first thing I'm gonna do is be like, who you talking to? Because we can get active right now. But
right, because it's damn near like we already don't like each other.
Right.
It's not even that. You can love me. You can love me and then decide to call me out my name and act crazy, talk crazy to me. I'm coming for it. Like, no. We're not about to do that because I'm not disrespecting you. Don't disrespect me. You can't love me and disrespect me. That's not how that works. The two go hand in hand.
So our eyes on Q says the white woman is allowed to be one thing at all times. The black woman has to be able to flip between strong and soft. The black man needs them to be more. Our eyes on Q says toxic shit is hard to shake. Drugs, alcohol, and love alike. I will agree. When you said that about the white woman calling her husband to pay, or whoever, her significant other, trailer park trash, Kim said no class. My comment is about the white woman dogging her man out. Right, I figured that. I think the older we get, we have to learn how to give each other grace. Absolutely. And
yes,
Sassy Capricorn, and that's why I stated that about working on self, because I've learned that in that space I got to control my mouth. Because yet again, I wouldn't want a woman whom my son dates or married to diminish him and call him fuck niggas and all kind of things like that, because then his mama want to get active and be like, "Bitch, you need to watch your mouth." But the man I'm dating is somebody's son too, so I have to understand that you can't be hypocritical and do things that you wouldn't want done to yours as well. And so that's why we have to get to a point where we look at self and then decide how do we change that? How do we, as we get older, we change, we mature, we grow, we do things differently, right?
Yeah.
Call me a bitch as long as you add a title to it. Queen bitch, boss bitch, bad bitch, hello. Really, Kim? Oh my God. So guys, look, we talked about our men. Well, we started out saying is black men ran through and didn't want to settle down, and then we added our men ran through and want to settle down. And do white women treat their men better than African American women? And most the comments were stating that white women are more easily able to be submissive before African American women, and that is because of the way we have been reared and raised in our culture. And so, guys, I want to tell you that we are here every Sunday at 7 o'clock, Talk That Queens. Polo, I would love for you to rejoin this because I don't know what happened. You did say you were back. I never seen a request to come from you, so I would really love for you to join the panel next week. So we are here every Sunday at 7 o'clock, Talk That Queens. Guys, please, please, please go out there to our YouTube page. Catch up on all the things that we have talked about on the show. It is under Amanda Miller Talks 2. So you can go to the YouTube page there. But we are on Facebook on Tuesdays at 7. So send us a friend request. The page is actually open, but you can either follow us. It says Amanda Miller Talks 2, but you'll see the Talk.Queen tag. So you'll see that there. So we're there at 7 on Facebook. And so please tag a friend, share, guys. We are trying to get up our views to 1,000. We are halfway there, so please, please, please tag and share. I am going to say what I always say. There.
Before
Go ahead.
you say,
Go
because
ahead.
I'm gonna introduce the
Okay.
foolery real quick. So before you
Okay.
say all the wonderful things, let me introduce the foolery.
Okay.
Again, I said it before, but this is a really millennial thing that has happened to me in my life that I found out. So if you ever want to find out what your whole calculations are, all you have to do is subtract how long have you been sexually active. So for example, if you started being sexually active at 15 and you are now 30 years old, that is 15 years. Take that number, if you are a woman, multiply it by 2. If you are a man, multiply it by 3. That will give you the amount of people that it is normally safe for you to have had sex with. If your body count is currently under that number, technically you are not a hoe by mathematics
All right,
standards.
let me ask
If it
y'all
is
a
above
question.
that, you, sir, ma'am, are a whore. Just say, and that's not according to me. That's just according to the calculations. I personally think ain't nobody out here being a hoe. Really, just have your time safely. But
Let me
you
ask
ever
you.
want to figure that out? Figure that
Let
out.
me ask you.
Hey, A2 Fashion.
A question.
What were you gonna say, Clutch, before we leave?
Oh, so let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all feel like if somebody, um, y'all vibe and y'all kick it off the first night, do y'all feel like that's that can be a possibility? It can be a longevity type future, or it's not a
So if you have sex on the first night, do you think that it could blossom into something long term, or it's
yeah.
just gonna be hit and quit it, and or either y'all just gonna be cut buddies from that
Yeah.
point on?
How would you look
Okay,
at it?
okay, let's talk about it next week. B, we got one for next week discussion. Let's
I'm about
put
to say,
that
shout
on
out
the topic
to
board.
you for giving us a topic.
Absolutely. Um,
we be stuck sometimes.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So, Clutch, if you're on Facebook, please send me a friend request so you
I
can
ain't on
join,
Facebook.
because next week we are going to be talking about some of the topics that guys gave us on Facebook. Like they gave us a list, and it's amazing, guys. So we're gonna dive into that Tuesday at 7. So it's under Amanda Miller Talks too, as I mentioned, guys. It is a lot of amazing people out there. If you aren't one, become one. Be it's on you.
Please, please, please do remember that every day your life is not a dress rehearsal. It is your final performance. So go out there and live it like it is your last, because, well, sweetheart, it is. Please make sure that you are coming to see us on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on Facebook, Amanda Miller Talks 2, here on Sunday at 7 p.m.
How
Eastern
long y'all?
Standard
So
Time.
So, guys, we love you guys. Have an amazing week. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
cheers.